Well, I mean, what's the difference if because we do the same things that people do when they date for free. Like we go out, we go on vacations, and then sometimes we'll sleep together, but I just get paid. So what's the difference?
What the hell you say?
The TV reporter from Indianapolis who called me back in 2022, in November to be exact, looking for love. And a man who was a surgeon, a doctor, saw her video, sent her a DM, they got engaged, and the rest is history. Now let's get into it, girl. Where you calling us from?
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. How old are you?
I'm 32.
32. What you do for a living? You told me you work in media.
Yeah, I'm a broadcast reporter. So I'm a morning reporter. I actually have to be up in a couple hours.
Okay, broadcast reporter.
Yeah.
All right, Amicia, right?
Amicia, like Alicia, but Amicia.
Am I saying it right when I say Amicia?
Yes.
Amicia, Indianapolis, 32. When is your birthday or zodiac sign?
August 5th, I'm a Leo.
A Leo. You have any children?
No kids.
No kids.
2 fur babies.
2 fur babies.
Yeah.
All right. Amicia, Indianapolis, 32, Leo, broadcast reporter, no children. What kind of man you looking for, baby?
I am looking for someone who is confident, who can lead by example, someone who's engaged in community, someone who has a lot of drive and ambition, very cultured, likes to travel, works out, and is supportive.
Okay, what's some deal breakers?
That's a good question. Deal breakers would be possibly someone who is not emotionally intelligent or emotionally in tune, someone who's not able to tap into their own emotions and then communicate and express that to me in the best way they can. Some other deal breakers would possibly be someone who's quick to anger, not quick to forgive. And also, I think I'm as someone I believe in. I have a Christian background, but I would prefer someone with a Christian background or who at least, I would just keep it with like a Christian background. But if they're spiritual and believe in like a higher power, then that's fine as well.
Okay. Does he have to look a certain way?
Yeah, I'm a teeth person, so I really would like a nice set of beautiful teeth. That to me is hygienic, and I think a smile is something that lasts a lifetime. So I would like to have a very nice smile. I'm also 5'9", so someone who's like at least 5'9" or taller would be nice. But I'm not too strict on height, but it would be my preference to at least see eye to eye.
Okay. Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Yes and no. I'll just say yeah. I'll say yeah. And that would be more so like, I'm not saying like it has to be a 6-figure job, but definitely if he's gainfully employed. And I would prefer someone who has a business mindset, someone who is interested in expanding and growing in themselves and not necessarily working for even though I'm not shading working for a corporation, because I mean, obviously, like you have to have your bread and butter, but someone who's willing to be kind of philanthropic or entrepreneur kind of mentality.
Okay. This is Amicia, right?
Yes.
Amicia, Indianapolis, 32. What's the age range you would date?
I think 29, like 28 to 29 would be the youngest, but the oldest would be like 55.
Oh, you go all the way to 55?
A lot of older men are attracted to me for some reason.
Okay. Do you want kids one day?
I do.
Could he have kids already?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra cam.
Okay. I have my like hoodie on, so it's just going to be regular.
I know you look like you're in great shape. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Amicia, when was your last relationship?
2018. Yeah. And that's I'm ready to do that at this point. Like I want to be rooted, and I have to just find that person that I'm able to make that decision with. But as long as the foundation is there, I can make that decision and choose my love life versus my career. Because I mean, I don't want to be married to the newsroom. I want to be married to a man.
Well said. And then also, you might meet a man that might be able to travel with you, might understand your career field, and be open to going to different cities. So I think you're dope, Amicia. So let's get into it. This is Amicia, Indianapolis. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I am open-minded. I am willing to grow. I love family. I'm huge when it comes to my family. I also put the needs of other people, not before my own, but I definitely believe that in sacrificing, it's almost similar to like my background in Christianity, but just like being selfless and being able to die to myself, my own ego, to put someone else first. I'm also willing to go to therapy. Like I'm willing to compromise and be agreeable. I'm not perfect, but as long as they know that I'm willing to put in the work. Michelle Obama is one of my people who I aspire to. She just recently had a book come out. I absolutely agree with her ideology on relationships. And sometimes it's not going to always be 50-50, but someone I can buy into their plan. That's the goal.
Got you. All right, girl. How do you want the guy to reach out to you?
You can hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram account is Amicia, Amicia TV. So at
Okay.
Amicia TV.
So it's simple like that. So Amicia, your name, the way it's spelled, and then TV.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, girls. And you say you'll date 28 to 55, right?
28 to 55. Yeah.
And does he have to be in Indianapolis?
No. I think he doesn't have to be in Indianapolis, but definitely willing to travel and have to have a plan. I've done long distance before, and without a plan, it's very difficult to maintain that relationship. So as long as we have a plan where it's like, hey, we have to see each other monthly or every 2 weeks, then I'm cool with that.
Okay. All right, boo. Keep me posted how it goes, girl.
I think what gets lost in translation between men and women, especially when it comes to the Kendra G show, is the request for a man to make six figures. And I think that there are many, many women that have the belief that no woman should ever ask for that, because I read a lot of the comments and I kind of see where the disconnect occurs. So let me try to explain from the guy's point of view what many of us are trying to convey.
Amount? I don't have an amount, but rich in resources and assets.
So is 100K considered rich to you?
No.
No. Is 200K considered rich to you?
That's doable.
So you can ask for whatever you want. I can ask for an Instagram model. I can ask for Carmen Electra in her prime. I could, ask for Michelle Obama. I can ask for anything. I can think that I'm entitled to literally anything, a brand new car, a home, new wife, whatever, right? We're all entitled, I guess, in that sense, to request what we want. But that doesn't mean that we can actually obtain that. I can say that I want to go and pitch for the Dodgers, but I have to go to tryouts. The Dodgers have to pick me. I have to be eligible after tryouts in order to play for the Dodgers. And much the same, a woman requesting six figures has to have a man that wants to actually be with her. And it sounds simple in practice, but I think many women don't understand that the men who are in that bracket have different needs and desires and mindsets than guys who aren't. Like, that's just the truth. Those of us who are guys and that some of our peers are in that bracket, we know how they think. We fellowship with them. Some of them are our long-term friends. And so to hear women push back about what our friends tell us they want has got to be one of the most hilarious things in the world, because I get it. Women see and they believe certain things, and they know their girlfriend's girlfriend did something kind of sort of close, and this guy, that's all great and fine and dandy, but you're not a guy. Okay. You're not, you're never going to be a guy, no matter what 2024 tells you. But this is very important, because I think Amicia's story simply reaffirms everything that you've been seeing from men. Amicia didn't necessarily say, no, he has to be a six-figure man. Amicia said, you know what, I'm not going to say that, but I just want him to have a business-like mindset. She placed an emphasis not on his actual income, but the frame of mind that he had, and that she was so open with a lot of the standards that she had. You'll notice in every single facet of what she was referring to, it was inclusive language versus exclusive. She didn't put a number cap on, you know, or a number minimum for what that guy needed to make. When she said that she wanted him to be emotionally intelligent, she specifically made reference to the fact that he had to be able to effectively communicate his emotions and so on and so forth. It wasn't just these canned responses. It wasn't just worthless platitudes that she was offering where you can tell someone had just repeated the same thing somebody else said. She was actually thoughtful in a lot of her responses. Now, that's just on the surface. She is in shape. Big one, no pun intended. She doesn't have kids, especially kids by multiple dads. These are things that many of the women who want six-figure guys tend to have. They tend to be overweight. They tend to have a bunch of kids. And so a guy who is in that upper bracket, doesn't matter if you think it's a lot of money or not, guys who are in that bracket don't want to have to deal with that. They don't. And they shouldn't have to, right? Just like the women who are making tons of money, they shouldn't have to deal with Bebe's kids. I mean, conversely. So we feel the same way about women in that same spot. So just understand that just because you want something doesn't mean you're going to get it. Of all the women that have come on this show and that have requested a six-figure man come and pick them up and yada, 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 think about how many appear in just 1 month. Think about how many appeared the whole year. And in November of 2022, an orthopedic surgeon decided to pick her. Now, I have seen this in the comments. There's a few people who think she got picked because she's light-skinned. And I have to tell you, when I read that comment, I laughed. And I said, if you think that that was the deciding factor as to why she was picked over the hood rats that appear on here normally, you know what? Have at it. If that's what you really want to believe, if you want to delude yourself that he just so happened to want to find a pretty light-skinned woman, there were plenty of other ones that appeared that year. Literally the entire, and the year prior to that, there was quite a few. So why did he pick the news reporter who already had a career, just had fur babies, kept herself in shape, no kids? Why was she, because is this the only pretty light-skinned woman that's appeared on Kendra G's show? No, absolutely not. So maybe it's just something more about what she has to offer rather than skin deep. But I can't expect people who go to that level to really understand depth of a person, because everything that they view is just skin deep.